Jadov is back at it here to give everyone another Breaking Bad Season 3 episode reaction video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Breaking Bad, or you're just not sure, then you should probably take the initiative and pay attention to the episode title, which, of course, I'll put in the description for you. If that's the case and you find out you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further, just to stay away from any potential spoilers. This is going to be Breaking Bad Season 3, Episode number 12. Title of this episode is called Half Measures. Going to be my reaction review recap after just watching the episode. Skyler pushes Walt to accept her plan of laundering his drug money through the car wash. They continue to disagree, but are able to negotiate a plan that allows Walt to have some family dinners at home as a ploy to make the Whites appear reconciled after their potential divorce. Now, meanwhile, Jesse begins to plot against those who killed Combo. He buys blue meth from the gang responsible, indicating that the people who killed Combo work for Gus Fring. And Jesse tells Walt about his findings and asks him to make ricin so he can extract revenge. Although Walt appears troubled by the gang's use of children, he dismisses the plan and tells Jesse to do the same. And then Jesse says, "I'm doing it with or without you." Convinced Jesse is very likely to do something rash that would, of course, endanger multiple people, including himself, Walt visits Saul Goodman and they hatch a plan to have Jesse sent to jail for a month to cool down. And then Marie wheels Hank out of the hospital after winning a bet where she bets that she can arouse him during a sponge bath, which Hank thought was not possible. Well, he got aroused. Mike Ehrmantraut makes an unannounced visit to Walt at home, telling him that he is not going to follow Saul's plan. He explains that Gus does not know of Jesse's intentions, but that if he follows through on them, he will find out and take it as a problem. He then recounts an incident from his time as a policeman where he showed mercy by allowing a habitually abusive husband to live, only for the man to beat his wife to death shortly thereafter. Now, he tells Walt that he chose a half measure instead of killing the husband and warns before leaving, "No more half measures, Walter." And then Jesse plants a poison of his own, making it in burgers. His friend Wendy, who of course is a local prostitute, will bring it to the gang members. However, Mike and Victor show up, get to Jesse first, thwarting his plan and forcing him to go with him for a ride. And then they bring him to a meeting with Gus, Walt, and the dealers he was targeting. Jesse is furious to realize that Walt has revealed his plan to Gus, but Gus tells him that Walt is his only friend in the room. After several tense verbal exchanges that go on, the dealers agree to stop using children as kind of pawns in their operation, and Jesse agrees to keep the peace. He refuses to speak to Walt in the car after meeting and later will not return his phone calls. That night, Jesse actually hears about the death of Tomas, the kid that was helping those drug dealers, and rushes to the scene with his girlfriend Andrea. He realizes the dealers have killed Tomas because he is no longer of value to them, as they have agreed to stop using children. Jesse waits in the car near their territory, watching them and snorting a methamphetamine. So Jesse is now relapsed for the first time since leaving the rehab facility, since the last time he was with Jane, and they had some fun. So he grabs a gun from under a seat, leaves the vehicle, and starts walking towards the dealers. As Jesse draws his gun, the dealers begin to do likewise. Suddenly, Walt actually plows over both dealers with his car. He exits the vehicle with one still underneath and the other injured but reaching for his gun. Walt picks up the gun, shoots the dealer in the head, and tells Jesse to run. And that's how the episode ends. So pretty good episode. Had some slower parts, but obviously a huge payoff at the end. Jesse was going to do that, and Walt took that from him, which is probably better suited for Walt because he can compartmentalize like other famous characters. I think of Vic Mackey. When I think of Walter White, I think of Vic Mackey on The Shield, who can compartmentalize everything. And no matter how bad the situation is, they can just kind of hide it somewhere. And Walt can do the same thing where Jesse, that would, even though they were bad, that would get to him that he killed them. So, pretty good episode. I'm going to give it a 9.3 out of 10. And the character of the episode, while I'd like to give it to Walt, even Mike Ehrmantraut, I'm going to give it to Jesse because he was the focal point of this episode. So, you've heard what I had to say. It's your turn. If you're a fan of Breaking Bad, make sure you smash that like button. You all like it. I know it. Let's get double-digit likes, please. I'm begging. Don't forget, if you want to share this video, go ahead and do so with anybody that would be interested. Leave me plenty of comments. Talk about this episode, your score of the episode, favorite characters, favorite episodes, all that and more in the comment section. And, of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to this channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.